let me know, okay? Here we are. And we're back. So guys, do we have all our ingredients? I've got them just here. I've got yogurt. I've got half an onion. I've got my garlic. I've got some curry paste just here. I've got some olive oil, half a stalk of broccoli. I've got some lovely green lentils, tinned green lentils. I've also got 250 millilitres or half a carton of passata. The other half we used on Monday with our lovely spaghetti meatballs. That's everything I need. I'll put it just here. And as always, guys, it's off screen, so it's not messy. But I've got all my equipment that I need just here as well, okay? Now, before I forget, remember, you guys know it, but get yourself a little bowl like this for all your rubbish. We call it a bin bowl. It's really important to keep yourself clean and organised in the kitchen. Make sure there's no mess for the person cooking after you. And if you have a little blue towel or kitchen roll or something to wipe down, that will be perfect. It's really important. I'm about to start, guys. Please do fire in as many comments as you can. The more the better. I love to hear from you, and I'm here to answer as many questions as I possibly can. So if you want me to speed up, if you'd like me to slow down, if you have a question about an ingredient or a recipe or anything in the kitchen, just add them to the comments below and I'll do my best to respond to you. Kevin has already said, hi Jack, hello Kevin, how are you doing today? You made an incredible dish yesterday, the hummus, the smashed hummus, it was delicious. I can't wait to start cooking right now. Just need to adjust something on my camera. There we go, fantastic. All right, lentil stew, here we go. Today, as usual, there's 5 steps to our stew. The first one is we're going to chop our onion and garlic and fry them with our curry paste. The second step is to chop and to add some broccoli. The third step is to add things like passata and our lentils. The fourth step is to season it and let it simmer. And the fifth step is to toast some pita bread and serve it all up. Simple as that. So, without further ado, let's get cooking. Chefs, on your board, if you can get half an onion, 2 cloves of garlic, get them ready, and also have the passata just on the side, ready to use in a moment. These are the ingredients that we need for step 1. You're also going to need a knife. Now, when it comes to working with a knife, it's really important that you choose a knife that you feel comfortable with. So you may feel comfortable with a small knife like this, or a slightly bigger one. Whichever knife you use, make sure that you feel nice and confident and comfortable with the knife. It's also really important that you're always working with a knife with the supervision of an adult, and if you don't feel comfortable or if you're not sure, just ask an adult to help you out. Now, we need to chop our onion, okay? So, the first thing we'll do is we'll take off the tip here and the root there from our onion. So you can take both of them off really carefully. And can you see how I'm chopping just here? I've got no flat fingertips. No flat fingertips like that, they're raised up. In the professional kitchen, we call it a chef's claw, because it looks like a claw. And it protects your fingertips, because your knuckles are just protecting them, and your fingertips are tucked underneath your knuckles. So whenever you're chopping anything, remember, no flat fingertips, raise them up like this and chop whatever you need to chop. Give it a chop, guys, and give it a good old peel, and then we'll start slicing this onion. Where's my rubbish going to go? It's going to go in my bin bowl. There we go. So our board stays nice and clear, nice and clean. It's so important. Now, to slice your onion, again, no flat fingertips, nice and raised up, and slowly slice. No rush with this, guys. As always, I'm going to cook along at the same pace as you. So whenever you're chopping, never ever rush it. Just feel comfortable, feel relaxed, pay attention, and take your time. Now, When any ingredient that you're chopping starts to wobble, see mine is starting to wobble like this? Let it wobble, okay? Let it wobble like that, and then it's going to be nice and secure again. If you're chopping something that's wobbling, you might hurt yourself. So if anything wobbles, just lay it flat again and continue to chop. There we go. Fantastic. Onion is chopped. We can move that to the side. There we go. And guys, what I'd like you to do now is to turn on your pan to a medium-high heat. As always, guys, when we're working with heat and with hot pans, please take care. Do so with the supervision of an adult, or if you don't feel comfortable, just ask an adult to help you out. This is just warming up, which means I've got a bit of time to chop 2 cloves of garlic. Those of you who have been with Cook with Jack before, you know how the pros peel garlic very simply. Let me show you. This is going to save you a lot of time. The first thing we want to do, to peel a garlic, there's 3 steps, okay? 3 steps. All of them really quick. First step, see the root of the garlic just here? We want to take off the root. So step 1, take off the root. That goes in the bin bowl. Step 2, with the heel of your hand, press down on the garlic. If you don't do it right first time, do it again. And step 3, what we want to do is just pinch the top of the skin, like that. And what comes off is the skin, and you're left with just the garlic clove. Look at that. Let's do it again. Off with the root. Use your hand to give it a tap. And then pinch the top, and you're left with the skin. Lovely jubbly. Very finely, guys, as finely as you can, give your garlic a good old slice. There we go. But garlic is a really small ingredient, isn't it? So see how I've got my claw just here, and I'm not chopping like that. I'm chopping with my knuckles raised up, protecting my fingertips. It's really important we chop like that always, team. There we go. There we go. Nice and slowly, guys. Take your time. My garlic is chopped. There we go. Now, I should say before we move on, this recipe is for 4 people. We're making 4 portions of lunch. You're going to be popular at home, yes? So we're making 4 portions of lunch. I'll show you later what to do with your leftover portions, but this is for 4 people. And if you're working as a pair at home, guys, you're more than welcome to just divide and conquer the jobs. But anyway, I should mention this is for 4 people. Now, my garlic is chopped, so it's just here. So is my onion. It's just here. And my pan is warmed up. It's on a medium heat. What we're going to do is we're going to add a teaspoon of oil into here. Then we're going to add our garlic, our onions, and a tablespoon of our curry paste. Okay? So, with me, into your pan goes a teaspoon of oil. There we go. Lovely. Then we're going to add our onions. Very carefully, gently lower them in. We'll add our garlic. And we're going to add a tablespoon of curry paste. Nice good old tablespoon there. Take your wooden spoon and give it a stir. Oh yes, look at that. It's amazing once you start cooking onions and garlic how good it smells straight away. If I wasn't hungry already, I am now. Now, this is the second recipe this week where we've used a curry paste from a jar. These are really important to have in the kitchen because if you've got this, you can turn any vegetables that you like or any vegetables that you have and need to use up into a wonderful curry, or to go into a lentil stew like this. They're really useful to use to make a sauce out of incredible vegetables that you want to use or that you have to use up in your kitchen. So any curry paste like this from a jar is always good on a rainy day when you don't know quite what to cook. Continue to give this a stir, guys, on a medium heat, okay? A medium heat, and we're going to cook this for about 3 to 5 minutes whilst we move on to step 2, which is chopping and then cooking the broccoli, okay? So guys, well done. Step 1 is done. We're about to move on to step 2. How's my pace? Are you cooking along with me? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? Just give us a comment below, let me know. And as I say, as always, I'm here to help. Any questions you have about what we're cooking today, or about anything in the world of food, just ask me, okay? Doodle Dandy, how are you doing today, Doodle Dandy? You say that you love to smash the garlic. It's good fun, isn't it? Particularly if you've had a stressful morning. Kevin, hello Kevin, again. I'll keep saying hello to you. And Chloe, I'm glad you love the tip. Thank you so much. Any questions, guys? Give us a comment just below. And now I'm going to stop nattering and we're going to move on to step 2. Half a head of broccoli. We're going to use all of this, not just the lovely florets, but also the stalk at the bottom. So, first of all, you can just pick off the florets, okay? Do this with me, guys. Pick off the florets. There we go. Now, before I go any further, this is cooking really fast on my medium heat. I'm going to turn mine down to a low heat. If you think your onion and your garlic aren't cooked enough, keep it on a medium heat. But if you think they're starting to look quite caramelized already and quite soft, then by all means, turn the heat down just for a little bit. I know you know what to do, guys, at home. You are the chefs. You are in charge of your kitchen. But if you're not sure, give us a comment just below. Now, with these big heads of broccoli, just there, I'm going to quarter them. So I'm going to use a bridge like this to hold my broccoli down. There it is. And then my knife is going to go underneath my fingers and on top of the broccoli. So just under the bridge, and that will chop it in half. Then I'm going to do the same again. There we go. With your smaller heads of broccoli, like this, you could just chop them in half, okay? The big ones chop into quarter, the small ones chop into halves, but always use your bridge. If you can do that with all the florets of your broccoli, guys, and then we're going to move on to the stalk. And keep an eye on your onions and your garlic and your paste. And this is when it's really great to work in pairs if you have someone in the household who can help you, because they can be stirring the onions and giving them all the love that they need whilst you're preparing and perfecting the broccoli. There we go. Always use that bridge, guys. Always take care of the knife. Take it easy and slow. And if you don't feel comfortable, ask an adult to help you. Okay, so I've got my wonderful broccoli just here. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is use this stalk. So we're going to chop up this stalk nice and finely, and you can use this in any dish that you're cooking. You can use it. You can cook it like we're going to do in our wonderful hearty lentil stew, or you can just cut it up like a You can just cut it up like a carrot and have it with hummus, like we made hummus yesterday, or any other dip that you like. Don't throw the stalks of your broccoli away, guys. They're really great, really tasty. What you may need to do is just chop off the very bottom. This bit's a bit dry, doesn't look perfect, so I'm going to put that in my bin bowl. The rest, you can use it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop mine in half along here. So just lengthways, like that, and then turn them around and finely slice, like so. There we go. And to show you where I am, I've got nice little chunks of broccoli stored. They are going to be delicious in our lentil stew. And now that this is cooked off just here, whenever your broccoli is ready, add them. Like this. There we go. In we go. And all these little bits, these little small bits on the board, you can just pour them straight in. Okay, team, if you were one of those at home who thought my heat needs to go down to a low heat, raise your heat back up to a medium heat. So everyone, once your broccoli is in the pan, up to a medium heat. That's my heat going. There we go. Stir this all in. We'll cook this for 2 minutes, and team, that is step 2. Done. Step 1 was the garlic, the onion, and the paste. Step 2 is the broccoli. Before we move on to step 3, what we need to do is clear down a little bit. Just make sure we're nice and clean and organised. So, find your cloth, find your bin bowl, give it a little clean down, okay? It's so important. If your board is clear and the surrounding areas are clear, your mind is clear, you're more organised, you're more effective, and there's less washing up to do when you've cooked your lunch. So it's really important to stay nice and clean and nice and organised. Okie dokie. Actually, I've seen that Doodle Dandy has a question about onions, cutting onions without stinging your eyes. I will come back to you, Doodle Dandy, at step 3. For now, we're just going to add a few things in, and then I will come back to you, okay? But I know, I get it. I always cry with the onions. Maybe I can help you out. I'll come back to you. But thank you for your excellent question. What we're doing here, guys, is we're just trying to finish off cooking off the onions, cook the broccoli a little bit, and then we're going to add our liquids. So, the first will be here, 250 millilitres of passata. As part of the shopping list, we bought a 500 millilitre carton of passata. We used half of it with our lovely, incredible spaghetti meatballs on Monday. The other half is going to go in here. So 250 millilitres of passata. Get that ready, as well as a whole tin of green lentils. A whole tin of green lentils. We need to open this tin. This lid of the tin is super sharp. It's probably sharper than your knives at home. So ask an adult to help you when you're opening your tin. Open that up. There we go. And you can see in this tin is these beautiful, soft and succulent green lentils. But you could use any lentils that you had from a can. You could even use something like chickpeas. If it's a pulse or even a bean, it's going to work in this recipe. These Cook with Jack recipes are designed to be simple and accessible, but also to be really versatile. We don't want you to be tied down to any specific ingredient. We want you to be able to use up what you have in your cupboard or use something else if you couldn't find it in the supermarket. So any lentils will do. Today I'm using green lentils. And once those onions are fully cooked, and you have cooked the broccoli for about 2 minutes, we'll add our lentils, juice and all. And we'll add our passata. There we go. So I've added my lentils, I'm adding my passata, and now give it all a good old stir. There we go, and it should still be on a medium heat, okay? Medium heat. That's it, lovely. Have a look at how mine is looking. A nice, thick, rich, indulgent, and of course, healthy stew. Now, what we want to do is to let this cook for another 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're done. So step 3, adding your liquids, is done. Step 4 is just about cooking this, about 5 to 10 minutes. Now, I would advise you add a lid to keep it nice and rich. It's not quite thick enough just yet. You can see it's a little bit watery. But after 5 to 10 minutes of cooking, it will reduce down quite a lot. So what I don't have a lid for this pan, but I'm going to use some tin foil to go on top to make a makeshift lid, okay? Let me get some of that. Here we go. So you can just add this on top like that. Whenever you're adding a lid or any foil, ask a parent just to help you out. It doesn't have to be tightly fit, it just needs to cover loosely the pan. So I'm trying to trap some of the moisture in there so that it gets thick, but not too thick, okay? And that's step 4, guys. We just need to let this simmer away for 5 to 10 minutes. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to toast our pitta, essentially step 5. We'll get our yogurt ready, we'll season this as well, and then we're going to serve up. So we're no longer than 5 to 10 minutes from eating our lunch. Delicious. Now, doodle dandy. Any tips for chopping onions without stinging them? So onions, they frequently make you cry, don't they? They often make me cry, and if I'm really honest with you, I haven't found a tip that works for me every time. You can wear goggles or something to protect your eyes. That's really good. And there's lots of different tips and tricks that people have. Some people like to say that you should use a really sharp knife. Some people say that you should run water next to you. There's lots of different tips and tricks I've heard, but if I'm honest, I've not heard one that works for me. The best way is to wear some form of goggles or to try and get your co-chef to do it for you. But that's the best way. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I don't have a perfect answer for you on that one. So yes, any other questions you have, guys, just let me know. I've also got a message here saying, loving your clear pronunciation and step-by-step method, very helpful. Thank you, that means a huge amount. I'm trying to be as helpful as I can to you guys, I really am. I also want to answer as many questions as you have, so anything I can do to help, you let me know. Chloe says she wears swimming goggles at home. I'm sure, Chloe, does that work for you? If it works for you, that's all that matters. This has been cooking on a medium heat for a few minutes. If you've got a lid on it or some foil, ask your adult to move the foil away and let's have a look at how it's doing. Oh yes, have a look at that. That is one rich and spicy stew. Look at that. Oh yes. Now, I think this is about 5 minutes away from being ready to eat. How can you tell when it's ready to eat? 1, the broccoli should be cooked through, and 2, it should be a nice, thick, rich sauce. So if you have a look at mine, right here, hello, just like this, you can see it's thick, but it's still a little bit liquidy. So I'm going to continue to cook this for 5 minutes, and then I think it's ready. There we go. So guys, your tips for chopping onions without crying. Kevin says it closes your mouth, so don't chop an onion with an open mouth. I've heard that a few times, Kevin. It hasn't worked for me, but does it work for you? If it works for you, that's all that matters. And look, if you can find a way to chop onions without making them cry, how important is that? I still haven't found the way. Chloe says yes, she gets someone else to do them, or she wears goggles. Guys, it's all about finding what works for you. I still haven't found an answer for my onions, but I'm still looking. Now, we have some pita bread to toast, okay? How many people are you cooking for today, guys? This right here is 4 portions. If you've cooked this, but you're only cooking for 2 people, you just need 2 pita breads. If you're cooking for 3, it's 3 pita breads, or 4, it's 4 pita breads. So you just need a pita bread per person. And we're using wholemeal pita today, a wholemeal pita bread. As I've said before, as I'm sure you know by now, guys, wholemeal carbohydrates give you so much more fiber, which is great for digestion, so much many more nutrients, which are good for your health, and of course, they just have more flavour in them, so they taste better. So when you can, use carbohydrate so wholemeal carbohydrates, and we'll take our pita bread and we'll give them a toasting for a couple of minutes. There we go. Put my heat back on. Now, whilst they're toasting, I've got a few shout outs for you. First of all, to Adriana, who loves to cook and loves cooking with us at Cook with Jack. Hello, Adriana. It's lovely to see you here. I've got Kevin. Hello, Kevin. I've already said hello to you, of course. And you have your great tip about closing your mouth. And finally, Rosie McCarthy and her mum, Helen, who I saw your hummus yesterday, looked incredible. Well done. We're nearly there, guys, for our fourth Cook with Jack of the week, our incredible spicy lentil stew. The only ingredient that's left over is our natural yogurt, just here. This natural yogurt we're using with some desserts, or it can go alongside the fruit, the kiwis, the bananas that were part of the shopping list. But we're going to use a tablespoon or two here to go alongside our spicy stew. Yogurt can be really nice in cooling things down if things get a little bit hot on the stew. So it's a really nice complement to your spicy lentil stew. I'm going to remove my lid, guys, again to show you where I'm at. If you're removing your lid, ask your adult to help you out. Let's have a look. I think we're done. I think we're ready. Have a look at that. It's nice and moist and nice and rich, but it's thickened up, okay? The broccoli, if you touch them with your wooden spoon, you'll feel that they're a little bit soft. Now, they don't have to be really, really, really soft, just a little bit. I like them a bit al dente, so once they're a little bit soft, they're good to go. And most importantly, you want your stew to be nice and rich, like mine, okay? It's full of moisture, it's packed full of veg, and as I say, it is still moist, but it's rich as well, and it doesn't have any watery-like liquid left over. When yours get to this stage, turn your heat off, and I'm going to leave my lid on whilst I bring everything together. Just before I do, I'm going to add some salt and pepper to here as well. Where's my salt and pepper? Here it is. A bit of salt, a bit of pepper. There we go. Put my lid back on and we are done. All I need now is for my pita to be toasted and then we're completely done. Kevin says that you're cooking for your whole family. Incredible. That's one of the things I love about Cook with Jack is that you're not just cooking for you. Often you're cooking for someone in your household or even your whole household. These recipes often serve 4 or even 6 people. So there's so much that we're doing with this affordable shopping list every week. I love it. This one today serves 4 people, but if you cook the whole thing and you have some leftovers, you can refrigerate them for 3 days or you can put them in the freezer for 3 months, okay? They'll still make an amazing dinner. And we call this Cook with Jack and we make this about lunch, but I know a lot of you are watching these back at a different time, not live. If you're making this for dinner, that's just as fine. As long as you're cooking with Jack at a time that's most convenient to you, that's what's important to me. It doesn't have to be every day at 12 o'clock. Make it a time that suits you. All these videos, they go on YouTube and they stay on YouTube so you can watch them when you want. So, how is my pita coming along? Look at that. I don't know if you heard that, but that was impeccable timing. When you're taking your pita out of your toaster, ask your adult to do it because it's just been cooked. So it's really, really, really hot. They can go on your board and we'll just chop them in half. And you can do this with one hand because they are hot. Like that. Like that. There we go. So, it is time to plate up. Ooh, it smells delicious. How does yours smell at home, guys? This is smelling so savoury, so almost indulgent. It smells really rich, really vibrant. The spices in this spice mix, in this spice paste, there's so many things in here. So it's a great one ingredient to have, as I said earlier. And now they're all coming to life, just as I'm about to eat them. So As I say, whenever you're confident that your stew is ready, and to tell the broccoli should be a little bit soft and there should be no loose water on your stew, it will be time to serve up. So, with your spoon, serve the portion like that. Guys, not only is this really tasty and quite a delicious, indulgent lunch for a Thursday afternoon, but it's packed full of all the good stuff. As you know, it's packed full of veg, and you know how important 5 portions of fruit and veg is. It's packed full of protein from those lentils. They're full of protein, which is good for your muscles and your bones, and for staying strong. So it's packed with all the good stuff. Here we go. I'm going to serve this up like that. There we go. This I'm going to leave to cool, to refrigerate or freeze later on. There we are. And then I'm going to take my yogurt, and you can dollop this anywhere you like. Some people like their yogurt on the side. I like it kind of just on top, like that. Ooh, yes. There we go. I'm so hungry I can barely speak. We're nearly there. Now I need my pitters. In we go. In we go. And we are pretty much done. Let me show you how mine looks. There we go. There we have it. This is our beautiful, spicy lentil stew, served with a lovely dip of yogurt and these lovely wholemeal pita breads as well. Delicious. Another incredible lunch. Ticked off the list. I can't wait to eat this one. Guys, once again, a big well done on getting this far. Day 4 of week 3 with Cook with Jack. I hope you're learning about all these different tips and tricks and skills in the kitchen, and I hope you're feeling more confident about cooking at home. I certainly am by cooking so many different things every day. Anyway, a big well done for getting this far. It's a big achievement and you should be really proud of yourselves. I'm going to log off to let you enjoy your lunch. But as always, guys, please tag all your lovely creations on #CookWithJack or @BiteBack2030. Tell all your friends and family about Cook with Jack, because I want as many households around the UK eating the beautiful, simple, tasty and nutritious lunches that we all are. And as always, I will see you again same time, 12 o'clock, same place, BiteBack2030 YouTube, tomorrow, Friday, when we're going to make a lovely mackerel pasta. What an incredible way to end the week. Well done, guys. Enjoy your lunch. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.